What is up, guys and dolls? I am LeakyTapsMan, and this is This Week in Gaming, a series where I bring you up to date with everything that has gone on in the world of video games this week. So let's jump right on in. Okay, there's been loads of talk about sequels to games, rumours, facts, murmurings if you will, and Rockstar have said that a sequel to LA Noire is a distinct possibility. This is despite the development team, Team Bondi, actually collapsing due to financial difficulties, but Rockstar still own all the rights to the IP, and they said that a sequel can be done in the future, so hopefully this is true. It sold over 4 million units, so very good for a new IP, and I'd say it's more or less a given, but it's good to know that they've not neglected the game, and hopefully a sequel will be on its way. Another big name sequel, Assassin's Creed 3, has now been officially confirmed by Ubisoft. It is out for release on October the 30th. No details given in terms of location or timeline. Again, I would say this was more or less a matter of time. I was kind of apprehensive whether they would have released it this year or maybe wait a year and release it next, but Ubisoft seem to want to milk the series dry, so I guess not that surprising really. And kind of some surprising news next. Guild Wars 2 is going to come out for consoles. This news was leaked as an earnings call, which is basically just a financial update for stakeholders, shareholders, etc. And basically in their presentation they alluded to the fact that there will be a console launch separate from the PC launch, and it will be at a later date, which was unspecified, so this is basically straight from the horse's mouth. Whether they can make a game like that work on consoles, I don't know, but both the 360 and PS3 have keyboard and mouse support, so I imagine the interface won't be that big of an issue, it's just whether the hardware is capable of it. Okay, also this week, CD Projekt Red, aka the guys that made The Witcher and The Witcher 2, are working on 2 new games for the next-gen consoles, and they are for a predicted 2014 to 2015 release, so quite some way away. They've confirmed that one is a new IP, and the other is thought to be Witcher 3, although they didn't outright confirm that. So that's good news all round. They are very good developers, and The Witcher is an insanely good game. So that's always good news that they are continuing to release new stuff. Another big name sequel coming. God, there was loads this week going on. God of War 4 has possibly been outed by a motion capture employee who's basically put the game in his resume. This is alongside Medal of Honor, he says the new Medal of Honor, and WWE 13. So assuming that this guy's not lying on his resume, which let's face it, we've all done, then God of War 4 is in development, and if they are doing motion capture already, then I'd say it's in relatively advanced stages of development. So great news for all of you God of War fans. And another big ass sequel. Okay, a game called Splinter Cell Retribution is rumoured for a 2012 release. So basically a list of Ubisoft games for a 2012 release was given out by this website called GameRanks, and they had Assassin's Creed 3 in there before it was officially announced by Ubisoft. I think that kind of forced their hand on that one, but they gave no indication about a new Splinter Cell. Whether they release one this year, I am pretty doubtful, seeing as this year they've already got Brothers in Arms, Furious 4, Far Cry 3, I Am Alive, and Ghost Recon on top of Assassin's Creed. So Ubisoft have got a lot of stuff going on this year, so I think this is one that will probably be pushed to next year. And speaking of Far Cry 3, it's coming out September 4th in America and on September the 7th in Europe, and go check out the latest gameplay trailer because it looks really, really good. I mean really good. And finally, some pretty cool news, although I don't know if it's news per se, but it's still interesting. Basically, Notch, aka the guy that's created Minecraft, he has kind of jokingly offered Tim Schafer, the guy that I mentioned last week, the creator of Day of the Tentacle and Grim Fandango, he's basically offered him $13 million to create Psychonauts 2. Now Psychonauts was a platformer that came out for the Xbox and PC, and although it didn't sell greatly, it had a pretty hardcore fan base and it got a lot of good reviews. And basically Tim Schafer, when asked how much it would take to create a sequel, he basically said it would cost as much as the original, which was $13 million. And Notch basically said, yeah, that won't be a problem. And now we're at this situation. And Notch kind of said he was half joking afterwards, and now he's saying that he's kind of half not joking, so will he, won't he? I don't know, but I still think it's really quite interesting news, and Tim Schafer should just basically become a hobo because this guy can just beg for money like nobody else. He got over $1 million last week for his new adventure game. He's getting $13 million this week for Psychonauts 2. God knows what he's going to get if he wants to make Banjo-Kazooie 3 or something like that. Lord knows. So anyway, that's more or less everything that has gone on this week, so a lot of sequel talk, mostly quite interesting and some of it very surprising, mainly Guild Wars I think. So give me any thoughts and opinions on what has gone on this week. As always, you guys are fantastic. Thanks for your continued support. If you like me, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe anyway. Peace out. See ya.